Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yahanna is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time sending curses to them enemies.
What you mean? Right, these are the 12 tribes of Israel. They come from Israel. That's where they come from. Israel, because we don't understand history, Israel's not just the name of a country. Israel is the name of the people, the actual man who those sons come from. His name was Jacob. You understand? So Jacob, when you read the Bible, Jacob and Israel, it's the same person. Joseph is one of the 12 sons of Jacob. I understand, because you don't see the actual name Joseph, you may not understand that Joseph is on this chart twice. Ephraim and Manasseh. The so-called Ephraimites will be your Puerto Ricans today. Your so-called Manassites will be your Cubans today. Joseph is represented on this chart twice through Ephraim and Manasseh. You understand? Those are his two sons. Once again, being a Jew is not a religion. People have to understand that there is a difference between being Jewish and being a Jew. Just because you follow the religion of Judaism or you live in the land of Israel, that does not make you a Jew. Being a Jew is a direct bloodline. That's what the brother was just bringing out. You understand? Say it again. Exactly. You have to be a literal descendant of the children of Israel. And the problem is, the people that claim to be the Jews today are not the bloodline descendants of Jacob. Say it again. Oh, no, they know where they came from. Yeah, they do. Let me ask you this. The Jewish man today, you know what language they speak? They tell you that. You understand? They speak Yiddish. The language they speak is not even the actual pure Hebrew. They speak Yiddish. You know what Yiddish is comprised of? It's a German dialect that's of Eastern European languages. That's why if you bring a German man right now and he spoke German, and you brought a white Jewish man right here who spoke Yiddish, they would be able to understand each other roughly. Because Yiddish is based off the German. You know why? Because they are Europeans. The Jewish people today are not the real Jews by blood. They come from Eastern Europe, Russia, Germany, Poland, those Eastern countries. The real Jews fled into Africa when the Romans destroyed Jerusalem in 70 AD. Now let me ask you this. Why would the Jews flee into Africa to hide if they were white? Where are you from? Let me ask you this. Where are you from? Yeah, what's your ethnicity? You from Sudan? I feel you. You got the real blood of the original Hamites. You understand? That's what you are. You understand? In the Bible, Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. You come from Sudan, you would fall under the line of Ham. You understand? And more specifically, you would fall under Mizraim, which would be your modern day Egypt. You understand? The people in Egypt today are not the real Egyptians. Those light-skinned people in Egypt come from the Greek babies of Alexander the Great when they conquered Egypt. The real Egyptians, say it again. Nah, the real Egyptians are dark-skinned. You go to South Sudan, that's what they look like. They were pushed south when the Greeks overran Egypt. If he's from Sudan, his people will be Hamites. Black people, we gotta let go of this idea that we're the same as Africans. Just because we both have dark skin doesn't mean we're the same people. We're not African. You understand? We come from a completely different lineage. Africans come from Ham, we come from Shem. I can prove it to you. Read what you got, brother.
Ham, in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, the youngest son of Noah.
Ham is the youngest son of Noah. Now, for those of you that think the Bible is a book of fairy tales and made up stories, let me help you with something. Even scientists and historians and archaeologists all admit that every race and culture on the face of the earth have a great flood story in their lineage and their history. Now, you got to ask yourself, how can all these peoples on the face of the earth all have the same story if it didn't actually happen in history? You understand? The flood happened. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham is the youngest of Noah's sons. Let's keep reading.
Born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor.
The word progenitor means the forefather of. Now we're reading about Ham, the son of Noah, and Ham is the forefather of these people we're getting ready to read about right now. Go ahead, brother.
Of the dark race.
Of who?
The dark race.
Ham is the forefather of the dark races. Now this is important to understand, because this is where the water gets muddy. This is when it gets real confusing for the unlearned. There are many dark races of people on the face of the earth, are there not? You can go to Afghanistan right now and find dark Afghans. You can go to East India right now and find dark East Indians. You can even go into China, you understand, in the hills and mountains, in Japan in the mountains, and find dark Chinese and dark Japanese people. Africans are dark. So-called black people are dark. You understand? Ham is the father of the dark races. Now let's find out exactly who these dark races. Keep reading.
Not the Negro.
Oh, so Ham is the forefather of the dark races, but not the Negroes. What race of people are the Negroes? Black people, so-called black people. That's right, brother, us. Give them a hand. You understand? That title has only been attached to us. No other people have been called Negroes. Africans aren't called Negroes. They're called African, or specifically the country or the tribe that they come from. That tribe, that word Negro means black, and it's been attached to us because we've been a people that have been robbed of our identity. Instead of calling us the Jew, which we are, they call us Negro. They call us black, a color. But Ham is the forefather of the dark races, not black people, not the Negroes. Keep reading.
But the Egyptians.
But who?
The Egyptians.
The Egyptians. In the Hebrew, you understand, in the Bible, it tells you that, in the Bible, Egypt is Mizraim. In the Hebrew, Matazarium. Keep reading. Ethiopians. In the Bible, you would see them as Cush, or in the Hebrew, Kawash.
Libyans.
The Libyans. In the Bible, you would see them as Put, or in the Hebrew, Pawat.
And Canaanites.
And Canaanites. In the Bible, you will see, in the Hebrew, that's Canaan. Those are the modern day South Africans today. You understand? Ham is the forefather of the African race. From those 4 sons of Ham, you get all your Africans today. Now, let me help you with something, black man and Christians. You love to talk about the story of David and Goliath, and you can't side on David's side and Goliath's side. I'm going to break it down. David was from the Israelites. David was from the tribe of Judah, which is one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Do you know who Goliath was? Say it again, brother. This brother been reading. He's a Philistine. Goliath was a Philistine. That's the family he came from. You know who the Philistines come from? The Philistines come from Mizraim. You understand? Mizraim would be just Egyptians in the Bible. They come from Ham. So David and Goliath was the classic story of black people versus Africans. By blood. You understand? So for all you black people that I know, most of us went out and watched Hebrews to Negroes, and now we understand that, okay, we the people in the Bible, we're the Israelites, we're the Jews. But there's a lot of misinformation now going on that we're Africans. You can't be an African and an Israelite. It's literally two separate bloodlines. You understand? The same way you can't be white and be a Jew. It's two separate bloodlines. To be a Jew means you come from Jacob. White people come from Esau. You understand? And people want to act like these bloodlines don't matter. They do matter. Your family, where you come from, matters. Everybody knows who they are. When black people want to wake up and take back their knowledge, their culture, and their history, now all of a sudden these things don't matter. Well, if it doesn't matter, why did God put it in this book? Because it does matter. They're going to tell you that the color of Jesus don't matter either, as they gave us a white Jesus. No, his color does matter. Go ahead, brother. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I said. We don't know who we are. And they don't want us to know who we are. That's why they call us Negro. That's why they call us colored. They called us Afro-American. They call us African-American. They called us black. They call us nigger. We've been called every byword and proverb that there is. But you know they don't call us. You know what they refuse to call you? Nah, they'll call you king. You understand? Many brothers go get a white girl and they call him king. You understand? Nah, they won't call you a Jew. That's what they won't call you. They won't call you the Jew. Listen, give them a hand. That's exactly what they don't want to call us. They don't want to call us God's children. And God's children are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The children of Israel, the real Jews. And nobody wants to admit it. Because you know why? To admit that black people are the Jews would turn this entire society upside down. And I'll explain. This society was built on you not knowing who you are. Imagine if we knew that we were the Jews. The people that live in Israel would have to leave. The money that those Jewish people have acquired, they would have to render it up to us. The entire structure of this society would change overnight if they admitted that we are the Jews. And that's why the world is all joined together in a conspiracy to make sure that you don't know you're the Jew. They don't mind you being African. They don't mind you being Muslim. They don't mind you being Rastafarian and all type of everything, but you can't be a Jew. Go ahead, brother. Issachar, right? You understand? The Mexicans would be the tribe of Issachar in the Bible. You have something, brother? Give him a hand. That's right. It's not black. Let me help you. And what this brother said is so excellent because, brother, we was out here 2 weeks ago, and then white people will always try to play this. They try to act like now words don't mean what they mean. When you add ISH to a word, one of the contexts is that it is to be somewhat like, but not exactly. You understand? You got to understand where that word Jew comes from. And I'm going to break this down. The word Jew is short for Judah. You understand? So to say Jewish is the same as saying Judah-ish, which means what? They are somewhat like Judah. Now, white people will try to tell you that Jewish means they just come from the land. Like you'll say British or Turkish. It's not the same ish. You understand? There's about 4 different contexts of the word ish. The people that call themselves Jewish, they get that from Judah. You understand? Because Jew is short for Judah. So to call yourself Jewish is the same as saying I'm Judah-ish. You understand? Which means I'm sort of like Judah, but I'm not Judah. Because Judah is black. The Bible says Judah is black. King Solomon came from the tribe of Judah. King Solomon says, I am black but comely. King David, the father of King Solomon, was black. Christ, who comes from the tribe of Judah, is black as well. The so-called Negroes in America, who y'all love to hate, are the tribe of Judah, the same tribe and bloodline as Christ. You understand? And let me tell you something, America. You're going to have a day to pay for how you have treated Christ's brothers, how you have treated Christ's sisters. You don't think the Lord sees how you mistreat blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Oh, he sees it. He sees how you look down on black people. He hears the conversations you have with your friends behind closed doors about God's people. He sees all the plots and schemes that you concoct behind closed doors in Congress, in the police department, in the doctor's office, in the schools. The Lord sees your crafty counsel against his people, and you will pay for it. That's all we saying. That's justice. Can I ask you a question, brother? If a man commit a crime, doesn't he have to pay? No, I want to ask a good white. What's a good white person that everybody always say there's good white people out there. Where's the good white person? Can some good white person tell me if a man commits a crime, should he pay for that crime? They don't want to answer that. You know why? Because they know where this is going. Their people have never paid for their crimes. They've never paid for the slavery of God's people. They've never paid for the lynchings. They've never paid for Emmett Till. Right now, the woman that lied on Emmett Till is free. She's walking around free with air in her lungs and joy in her heart. As Emmett Till's mother died in sadness. As Emmett Till's cousins and uncles that had to hear and watch about what happened to him died in grief. The same way most of our mothers and fathers die in mourning and grief from the loss of their children to racist devils, to a racist system, in a racist society. This is how disgusting this society is. They teach us to hate our own people. That's the bad part. They teach us now to hate each other. This society is absolutely against black people. It's absolutely against Hispanics and Native Americans. And that's why we got to come together. We got to come together. Go ahead.
I.S.U.P.K. presents the 54th annual Feast of Unleavened Bread. Last year we did it big. This year is going to be way big. More brotherhood, more sisterhood, more UPK. On Sunday, April 2nd, 2023. We're going to be at 421 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Sheraton Raleigh Hotel Ballroom. We're calling all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come join us.
Your third eye peephole, line for line, this shit too easy. It's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early. This bitch.
Remember, admission to the Passover is $200 per adult. That's $200 per adult. For more information, call 919-697-8257. Call 919-697-8257.